Welcome to Wide Open Wednesday, news from around the world and beyond. Now, this topic gets me excited. It opens up the mind, and it also brings all of the studio gangsters out of the booth and into the arena. In what could be considered a suspicious twist, earlier this year, the U.S. Navy began drafting new guidelines for pilots and other personnel to report encounters with unidentified aircraft, a significant new step in creating a formal process to collect and analyze the unexplained sightings. This is in response to sightings of unknown, highly advanced aircraft intruding on U.S. Navy strike groups and other sensitive military formations and facilities. The U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force take this very seriously and investigate each and every report. A new message to the fleet that will detail the steps for reporting is currently in draft. Now, this video screen grab shows a 2004 encounter near San Diego between two Navy FA-18F fighter jets and an unknown object. To be clear, the U.S. Navy isn't endorsing the idea that its sailors have encountered alien spacecraft, but it is acknowledging there have been enough strange aerial sightings by credible and highly trained military personnel that they need to be recorded in the official record and studied, rather than dismissed as some phenomena from the realm of science fiction. I realize this could also be highly advanced craft that our own government is testing, or perhaps it is not our government. How many are familiar with the term breakaway civilization? That's another video for another time, no matter how relevant. So let's put this into perspective. They created new guidelines, but still will only document and study. Let's not kid ourselves. Those of us whose minds are open enough already know that there are some things flying in our airspace that are not necessarily from this planet, this time, or this dimension. Take a look at this footage from Space Shuttle mission STS-48 from September 15th, 1991, and you can think for yourself. Now, keep in mind, this was never shown on any of the mainstream media channels or outlets, or even covered in any of our local newspapers. I think it is about time that somebody took it a little more serious. Even on Mars, you find anomalies that cannot be explained. Take a look at this Kofun Temple in Japan, then compare it to this anomaly on Mars. Maybe that's the planet some of us came from. Or maybe, just maybe, various races of humans were once living on different planets in our solar system, and now that knowledge is being suppressed. Something is going on here that is a little above the mental abilities of most people. The technology available to consumers is not necessarily as advanced as the technology available. Some of you understand exactly what I mean. Imagine how much power the oil companies, all food manufacturers, big pharma, and corporate America in general would lose if we had access to zero-point energy, the knowledge of which plants we should be eating for optimal nutrition and health, and finally learning how to live together as one society. Imagine a place called Utopia, where farmers provided food, construction engineers and builders designed and built our shelters, doctors provided medical care for those who needed it, and everyone with a skill bartered with everyone else in exchange for another skill. Wow. I guess we'd have no need for greedy politicians or even greedier corporate CEOs. Listen, it is important to keep your mind open. You can't just listen to the spin factory they call news. All of these channels report the same thing all over the country. I know some of you don't believe it, and some of you are probably just saying, oh, he's talking about UFOs, so is he even in his right mind? Okay, well, they just put their own spin on these things, right? Watch this 2018 video that was put together by Deadspin. All credit must go to them for putting together this revealing masterpiece. It highlights the reasons why you cannot just listen to your local news broadcasts, and it highlights the reason why I say they say the same things and just put their own spin on it. It appears fake news really exists after all.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
We are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Look, our solar system is full of mysteries that are difficult to explain. Saturn has a moon called Iapetus that has a ridge of mountains that almost encircle the entire moon. The moon itself resembles a walnut. Saturn also has another moon called Mimas that looks like the Death Star from Star Wars. Saturn also has a hexagon at its north pole, and Neptune has one at its south pole. As I showed you before, Mars has many things on the surface that are very similar to Earth structures and other things that are hard to explain. Anyway, there may be explanations for all of this, we just don't know what it is. The main thing to take away from this story is this. The government is aware that something strange exists in our airspace. Whether it is theirs or someone else's, there will be no disclosure anytime soon. The solar system is full of anomalies, and we are not entirely clear as to what our origins actually are. Multiple religions give you multiple origin stories, and educators and researchers do the same. That just leads to confusion and conflict. Wait, here's a thought. I wonder if that is just a divide and conquer technique. No, that can't be it. No religious person, government, official, archaeologist, or scientist has ever lied to us in the entire history of this planet. I'm sorry. I can't even say that without laughing. Perhaps a future generation will be able to solve these mysteries. As for me, my mind is wide open to all types of possibilities. No matter what you believe, always keep an open mind and remember, just because the delivery of news arrives in a pristine package does not mean it is an authentic article. This is Wide Open Wednesday, news from around the world and beyond. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Click the notification bell so you will be notified when we upload new videos. Find The Awakening Frequency on Twitter and Instagram and also Facebook. We are The Awakening Frequency. Out of the millions of potential subscribers, we just want to reach one so each one can teach one. Peace.